For all the shit I talk about this city, it really is beautiful. I mean, only if you like rundown streets, grimy windows, and blurry neon lights. If you like the smell of asphalt and gasoline and the sound of motorcycle wheels on rainy streets. I know I do. I guess some things are best when you're flying by them, with the wind running through your hair, keeping you more awake than you felt any other time. Nobody can touch you, nothing feels real, like you're watching the world from the inside. I can see why people say I'm obsessed with motorcycles. They're right, of course. When Saoirse and I were little, my mom used to drive us around when we wouldn't go to sleep. She'd strap us in our little car seats and just go. I guess driving does that to me. Not like put me to sleep, that'd be really bad. But it calms me down, I guess. It's nice to be so, in control. Not that I actually controlled the bike, I didn't know where the Bluebird was, so I'd put the address into the bike's GPS system before I'd left the hangar. Little arrows on the handlebars flashed when the bike was going to turn, which I could override if I wanted to. The bike moved on its own, though, and I technically could have drifted off if I wanted to. I didn't, though. Because when I started thinking about where I was going, I was starting to get nervous. Last week, my former manager, Kallenberg, had contacted me about a job offer. It wasn't that nice of him, he had just fired me. And he'd also told me nothing at all about what the new job was. Only a time and place to meet him. Unfortunately, it was still the best shot I had at finding work, and I had to find work. My bike pulled off the main road and into a parking lot. I glanced around to see where I was and got my first look at the Bluebird Hotel. Well, it wasn't much. Wedged in between a dry cleaners and a foreclosed restaurant, it was marked only by a sign hanging out over the front step. It was a thin building with a brick face and a few more or less clean windows, all blocked by thick curtains. The somewhat battered facade made sense. Tourism wasn't great anywhere on Earth, and Harper was no exception. I parked the bike and wandered inside. The lobby was small and it looked more like a living room than anything. There was an unlit fireplace and a few worn couches lining the other walls. There was a front desk in the far corner, and a guy about my age leaned against it, looking tired. That had been me a day ago. Maybe it would be me again. Maybe Berg had found a job for me working at this hotel. Why else would he have asked me to meet him here?
You look lost.
Probably because I am. Do you know someone named Kallenberg?
Okay, great. Cool. He sent me up here for you. I owe a tarnish, right?
Yeah, and you are?
Hugo. Hugo Shasta. That seemed a little pretentious, didn't it? It's just that I know your first and last name, and I figured it would be nice to try to make it even, since you must be pretty confused.
No, I appreciate it. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. We're headed upstairs, this way.
So, you work here?
What?
At the hotel.
Oh, no. Well, that's a really hard question to answer. You really are new here.
I'm not new. I'm looking to see if I like it. I haven't committed to anything yet.
I don't think that's how secret societies usually work.
Okay, what is going on here? What is all of this? I watched a murder go down last night, and I could have kicked it myself, and then I lose my job. Now there's this weird hotel and secret societies, and I just want someone to explain to me what the hell is happening. I just want a source of income. This is ridiculous.
I wish I could tell you.
Great, someone else who won't give me any answers.
No, I mean, I don't have any answers either. I'm new too, I guess. Not as new as you are, apparently. I've done a few jobs for them, just basic programming stuff. Minor hacking, nothing super malicious. I honestly can't tell what they want. Not yet. I'm in the same boat as you are.
The financial emergency boat?
The attempted murder victim boat.
Oh.
Great name for a boat, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's where the real party's at. Anyway, someone tried to kill you?
Right. I'm here because someone sent a bomb to my old office. Whoever they are after us, too. I was told I can help protect other people like us if I work for this hotel. Or whatever it's a front for. So I am. That's all I know. I wish I could tell you more.
That makes sense. I'm sorry. That I yelled at you and about your old office.
Oh, it's fine, I guess. I mean, lose one job, get pulled in a secret society, right? They do actually pay really well here.
Do they? Interesting. Are you on a job right now?
Yeah, they gave me a ton of documents and files yesterday. They wanted me to bring everything back today and head to the briefing room. They sent me to bring you there, too. I have no idea what they want from us when we get there, though.
I guess we'll find out together.
I guess so.
Between the two of us, we were able to find it. It was dimly lit, drab, and more or less unfurnished, except by a long table and a screen built into the far wall. There were two people sitting at the table. One of them was a middle-aged woman with sharp features and wild hair streaked with gray in places. The other, thankfully, was Berg.
Well, I'm glad you two finally decided to join us.
I'm sorry we're late.
I'm not sure we are. I arrived at a time Berg gave me, and we couldn't have anticipated the extra...
No, you couldn't have. And yet, we're going to ask a lot of impossible things for both of you tonight, and we will need you to get them done anyway. You are late, by 2 minutes and 28 seconds, and we need all the time we can get tonight. Sit down, both of you. Mixed Tarnish, my name is Anya Ramostov. Shasta, this is Callan Berg. I believe no other introductions are necessary, so let's get right to it.
Ramostov was like Berg on steroids. If I had thought he was gruff at times, she was a matron. She commanded the room effortlessly and expected attention and obedience. She was powerful, and I didn't like her. Even if only because she'd apparently decided to dislike me.
Tonight's job is going to be the most difficult yet, for both of you. Not that you have any experience, Tarnish.
They kept a cool head at gunpoint while locked in a building for several hours yesterday. Anya, I know you're hesitant to enlist new help, but they are the best person I could think of for the job.
That remains to be seen. But we've wasted enough time on this discussion already, Callan. I conceded to use your former employee. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to proceed with the operation. You are both, I assume, familiar with cuff manufacturing? Good. We believe that company has something to do with the attacks. Certain sources have hinted to us that the house of its CEO, Mr. Rowan Cuff, serves as a base of operations. That's one of the strongest leads we have, so we've deemed it worth investigating.
So you want us to break in?
No, I want Iowa to break in. They'll be wearing a wire, and you'll be able to communicate the information they need. We figured you'd be more useful remotely.
What do you mean by that? He saved people from a bomb!
At his former workplace, my office. I'm familiar with the story. Yes, Mr. Shasta, you did keep it together long enough to get everyone to safety. And for the rest of the day, you were panicked and useless. Forgive me for trying to prevent that with more than the back wall of a washed-up hardware store at stake.
Anya, I don't think...
I'm not criticizing the boy. I'm simply stating the facts. He's more useful this way. We will wait in this room and talk through the microphone and direct Tarnish through the house to where they need to go. He will also have live thermal readings that should help us figure out the location of anyone in the house. If someone should come across you, Tarnish, he has data on a number of plausible employees and connections for you to use as an alias, based on who finds you. You should be as prepared for this as it is possible to be.
So you're hiring me to break into the mansion of one of the most powerful businessmen in Harper? Why should I do that? I hardly know you. You could be well, I was gonna say a criminal, but from what you're asking of me, I'm pretty sure that one's true.
Mixed Tarnish, there is a war raging in this city. I am personally not convinced that you are trustworthy, but you are the best option I have. You are out of a job, and according to Callan, you need employment. Immediately. I will pay you well for this job. I think we can help each other, and perhaps whatever evidence you find at the Cuff House will convince you that you are on the right side of things, if multiple attempted murders didn't. If you have no more questions, take this earpiece and get out of my hotel.
Just like that?
I don't know how long this will take, but it's better to assume we don't have a second to spare. Callan, show your young friend out. Please.
This way, Iowa.
I know where the door is. What was that?
That was the job offer I found you. I'm still waiting for a thank you.
Your girlfriend just bullied me into robbing a house and you want me to be grateful? Thank you.
You're welcome. As for Anya, she takes some getting used to, I'll grant you. She runs a tight ship and she doesn't care about making friends. But she gets things done, and done well. You'll learn to respect her.
I respect her, I just don't like her.
Well, then I'd get used to that.
Great.
It's also worth noting that Anya isn't my girlfriend.
It was a joke, Cal. I didn't...
She's my wife.
Oh. Cool. Before I knew it, I was back on my bike. Berg put in the address and wished me luck. There was an apology in his eyes, but I ignored it. We were both doing our best. He had told me to come only if I was truly desperate, after all, and I was. I didn't love the idea of breaking into what was undoubtedly a very well-guarded house, but I steeled myself by thinking about Mom. I wouldn't be able to stand her disappointed satisfaction if I couldn't keep a job. So I, or my bike, took the interstate south away from the center of Harper and towards the suburbs, where people with money lived.
Testing. This is Hugo Shasta reporting live from the creepy conference room in the Bluebird Hotel. Do you read me?
Loud and clear.
Perfect. Well, we've got some time. Let's see what you need to know. Cuff House is big, but I can direct you to the business wing pretty easy. The security system is mostly a lot of cameras and pass scanners, which is bad news for us. However, here it is. Apparently they just hired a new valet. So if anyone asks, your name is Maxwell Alexi. You've worked for some other families before, but it's your first day with the Cuffs.
Maxwell Alexi, got it.
That's really all there is to it until we get there. Any other questions?
Hundreds.
Me too.
Here's one you might be able to answer. You ever meet a girl named James at the Bluebird?
Can't say I have. Why?
No reason in particular. I don't even know if that's her name, really, or if she works for them or whoever they are. Just a thought.
Okay then. Well, I'll let you know if I meet her.
Yeah, forget about it. We talked for most of the drive over. He seemed like a really smart guy. A little nervous, but that came with smart a lot of the time. When he got used to you, though, he was funny, too. I think both of us wanted to keep the mood light to distract ourselves from what we were about to do. Eventually, the car came to a stop. If the Bluebird had been a letdown, Cuff House more than made up for it. It was giant, for one thing. It had a cul-de-sac all for itself. Lights were on in most of the windows, and there were nice cars parked around most of the street. The house was incredibly classy. It looked like the ones on the brochures for vacations in Olympus Mont. Beautiful and distinctly foreign to this world.
You ready, Maxwell?
I'd better be. Getting in was easy enough. The doorman accepted my alias after asking a few questions, the answers to which I was quickly given by Hugo. Apparently the research paid off because they gave me an employee's badge and let me in without a fight. The first thing I noticed was the gravity. It wasn't anywhere near zero, but it noticeably decreased. I couldn't figure out how they had done it. They could be blowing a gas up from the floor, but a dense one so you didn't notice. But then the effects would be unevenly distributed. What could it be then? I didn't have time to figure it out. I had a job to do.
I can't believe that worked. I should have given up programming for robbery a long time ago. Or, I guess, talking to people while they rob places.
Can we stay focused? What do I do now?
Right. Go through the first door on your left.
This is one creepy hallway.
Yeah, well, it doesn't get a lot of use. You're entering the business wing. Only Rowan and his associates are supposed to go in there. There are a few rooms we should search. The library, the vault, and, the red room.
What?
It's like a conference room. It's worth checking out, even if the name's a little ominous.
Okay, you want to tell me which door I'm supposed to go through here?
Right.
Right?
No, go straight ahead, to the library.
Thanks. Whoa.
What? What does it look like?
It's huge.
Well, yeah, I can see that. I have the blueprints. Is that all?
No, it's beautiful. It's dark, but there are huge windows and the arched ceiling and the shelves are so tall.
So a normal fancy library, then. Great. I was worried there was, someone in there.
Is that possible? I thought you had the heat readings or something.
I do, but it's not perfect. In case you haven't noticed, the house is pretty high-tech. There's no reason they should, but if they anticipated you coming, they could mask the emissions. In theory. It's very unlikely, and you have an alias. Just be careful and stay calm. It'll be fine.
Fantastic. That's great. So what am I looking for in here?
I don't know. I can't see. Are there tables, computers, open books?
All of those things. Hugo, there are all of those things. It's a library.
Okay. Work with me here. Where are you going to find incriminating evidence in this room?
Maybe... Yeah, over here. Hold on. What are these?
What?
These are just lists of companies. It's labeled Harper Cooperative, Blackwell and Slats, Associated Clean Energy, Automatic Home Systems Harper. It's all the, engineering, mechanic, manufacturing. And some of them have been crossed off. Belmont and Daughters, Gracefield Incorporated, Regent's Hardware.
That's where I worked.
Yeah, and Pike's is crossed off too. You don't think this is...
Definitely.
I'm grabbing all of these. They were so right, something really weird is going on. Wait.
What?
A light went on in the hallway. I can hear footsteps. I think someone's coming this way. I have to hide. But if they turn the lights on, if they heard me...
The vault is at the other end of the room. There's security cameras, but I'll see if I can hack into them. Can you make it to the door?
Yeah, hold on.
Please remove any electronic devices and metal accessories before entering.
What? But oh, damn it, the wire.
Please remove any electronic devices.
What's going on? Are you in the vault yet?
I'm sorry about this.
Iowa? What are you doing? What's going on? What?
This episode of Secrets of the Bluebird Hotel was written and produced by Sam McDaniel, with original music by Ian McDaniel. The voice of Callan Berg was Alex Rutter. The voice of Anya Rymostov was Sara Leste. The voice of Hugo Shasta was Artem Melnik, and the voice of Iowa Tarnish was Lee Silverstien. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and follow us on Twitter at Bluebird Podcast or Instagram at Secrets of the Bluebird Hotel to know when the story continues. We'll see you soon with the next chapter of our story.